Welcome to Good Morning Joy, brought to you by our friends at Brave Healer Productions. I'm your host, Shari Elise, and I'm so happy that you have chosen to start your day with me. If you're looking to be inspired, then you are in the right place. My guest today has taken the art of poetry directly to mainstream music and television and recently won his third Grammy as a spoken word poet. Jay Ivy is here today. And then we are heading over to Louisville, Kentucky to hear how local bus driver flipped a first grader's day around. And then be sure to stick around as I chat with some inspiring peeps in the city that never sleeps. So go grab your favorite cuppa and hurry back because it's time for Good Morning Joy. So a viewer who follows me on Instagram wrote into the show and said, "Dear Shari, how do you stay motivated and on track when all these obstacles keep showing up?" Well, let's just say that I used to be the queen of dodging obstacles. Long before I was known as America's Joy Magnet, I had dubbed myself the Dark Cloud because I felt like anytime anything was going well, something just came along and put a kibosh right on it. But what I came to realize is that when challenges arose in my life, they were always there to help push me into a better version of me. So instead of looking at them as obstacles, they became opportunities for me to reflect and grow. Just recently, I was in New York City seeing myself and this show on a billboard in Times Square. And none of that would have happened if I had turned those obstacles into opportunities. So when a challenge comes a-knocking, I ask myself these three questions. What have you come to show me? What will I learn? And how will I grow? And speaking of taking opportunities, it's time to travel to Louisville to share with you the good news you should know about on the Joy Report. A school bus driver in Louisville, Kentucky, who was already well loved by his community, is now touching the hearts of people worldwide after this recent story went viral. Larry Farish Jr. was on his morning bus routine to Englehart Elementary School when he noticed that first grader Levi was having a rough morning. Farish told reporters that normally when he pulls up, Levi greets him with this big smile. But on this day, he was sitting on the ground with a jacket over his head. When he asked him what was wrong, Levi told him through tears that he didn't have pajamas for pajama day. Well, after Farish Jr. finished his route, he sprang into action like the superhero he is, and he headed over to Family Dollar store and bought him 2 pairs of pajamas. He brought it over to the school, and Farish Jr. said that Levi's face lit up and even hugged the pajamas to his chest. Levi told reporters that I can tell Mr. Larry is nice and his heart is filled with joy. When he gave me the pajamas, I did a happy cry. Farish Jr. previously worked as a correctional officer and a truck driver, and he says that this work that he's doing right now with children is his calling and passion. Let's all take a page out of Larry's book and do something kind for someone that will spread joy wherever we go. So joining me right now is 3-time Grammy Award-winning spoken word poet, author, and speaker who's collaborated with people like Jay-Z, John Legend. He's known for his appearances on HBO's Def Poetry. He's won a Peabody, a Clio, an NAACP. I can keep going, but I would much rather just talk to him. Welcome to the show, Jay.
It's so good to be here. You make me sound like somebody. Thank you.
You are somebody.
Thank you.
I feel like that's the name of a song, of a poet. You are somebody.
You are.
Okay, just give me credit for that
Come
one.
on, let's do it.
I'm so excited, honestly, to have you here. I really dove, I never know the word, into your work. And it is so soul moving. It's coming from a real place.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So first, like, congratulations on your recent win, your
Yeah.
Grammy for The Light Inside.
Yeah, we did it. We brought another one home, which it feels like a dream. You know, it feels like a dream. So super grateful for the moment, super excited, and you know, just looking forward to doing more.
Yeah. How does that actually feel when you? Because I know it's your third one, but it must, you know, it still must feel new. Like,
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Because I mean, you go so long not having these moments. I mean, you have moments throughout your career, but I mean, a Grammy, you know, it's my whole life, and haven't had a Grammy in hand. So, yeah, three, and we'll see if it turns into more. But it feels surreal. Feels like a movie. It fills you up with gratitude. Like, I feel super grateful. It makes you reflect on how many people help you get to moments like these. So, yeah, I'm just extremely grateful and excited, and really looking forward to creating more. I just want to keep creating, especially while we had this moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting, as you say, you know, you all the work that you've done to get here. I mean, 3 decades, right? Or a little
Yeah.
over 3 decades that you've been doing this.
Yeah, I've been at this for 30 plus years. I started in high school. You know, my big shout out to my English teacher, Ms. Argue, who set me on this journey. She made me do my first show ever. Like, literally made me do it, and got a standing ovation the first show, first time on stage. And that feeling that I was introduced to and overwhelmed by, it was just so beautiful and fulfilling, and I felt seen and heard, and I was like, I want to do this more. And then you look up, and you know, been 30 years of more.
Be careful what you wish for, you know?
30 years or more. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been at it and is loving every bit of it. Yeah.
Let me ask you, when Mrs. Argue asked you was it to write a poem?
Yeah.
Had you written poetry before then?
Nah, I was real good at writing notes to girls.
Oh, you were that guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was that guy. So I wasn't the best communicator. I was very, you know, socially awkward and shy and lacked confidence, low self-esteem. But I had confidence in knowing that I could express myself on the page, but I didn't think it was a gift. You know, I just thought, okay, if there was something I need to say, I knew I could write it down. And you know, time goes on, and you have these experiences, and you get this feedback, and then you learn, like, oh, this is a gift. I thought anybody could do this, and you're like, oh, well, this is something special that I've been gifted with. So. Yeah, so big shout out to Ms. Argue, because that really opened up my eyes to the fact that there was something special inside.
When did you first feel that this is what I want to do with my life?
So, I mean, the classroom, I didn't necessarily have that moment. I was just happy to get an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was my first time hearing that I had a nice speaking voice, because I was Ms. Argue. She's like, you have a nice speaking voice. And I never heard that. But on that stage, it was definitely like, what was that feeling? Like, seeing a crowd of people stand up, it was, okay, I need to get back to that feeling. And then the more I did it is when I started to quickly realize, this is what I want to do.
What keeps this drive alive? Because I know, you know, you come from a household, it was a divorced family, as I did as well, and challenging. And do you think that is part of what has created this drive for you, or to continue to just keep showing up and going after? Because not everybody, when they come from a difficult background, you know, can drive, they give up hope sometimes, but it feels like, from what I've seen, that you just stay at it.
Yeah, I think the hope is the biggest part of it. That's the biggest part of the drive, is you hope this art that you have will inspire, will make someone's day better, will change a life, save a life. And I've been in moments where I've had those deep conversations, those compassionate moments that were sparked by the poetry. People have reached out and said, I was thinking about committing suicide, and I came across your poetry, and it shifted something in me, and I'm still here, and I just want to say thank you. So when you get when you receive messages like that, when you have experiences like that, you realize, one, yo, this is much bigger than me. And again, I have this gift that I love and I cherish, and it brings me so much joy, but at the same time, there's this responsibility attached to it that allows me to have that hope that it will spark something in someone. That's what I really loved about the art, is really torn down walls and connected people and connected me with people. So that's something I yearn for. You know, that's that drive. You know, but you know, hope and love. You know, because I love people. I love people.
You can feel that. You can feel that.
I was just telling somebody yesterday, like, I've never met a stranger. I've never met a stranger. So I love to infuse that love and hope into my work, in hopes that, you know, folks will feel that love.
I feel from you is just, I keep saying this soul, but it just feels like it pours through you, and I can see how people are so inspired and can save lives in the work that you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I love it. I know it may sound redundant, but it just feels so good, you know. And I always encourage people to write and you know, just tap into what's inside. Like for me, even with my process, I was just giving a poetry workshop the other day, and I was explaining my process, which is really, it's kind of like meditation. I quiet myself, I take deep breaths, and I listen. And the difference between meditation and poetry, I don't know if it's a difference, but the addition to it is I have a pen and pad while I'm doing it. So I listen and I'm looking to document what I hear. And I think a lot of people will find a lot of healing in that, a lot of joy in that. Even if you're not looking to share it and be on the stage and do all of that, you know, you can have those moments of just getting that weight up off you. You know, you know, you grow a little taller. You know, you feel a little lighter, and which to me helps you attain your purpose. You know, it helps you exercise, you know, why you're here.
What would you say to someone who is, you know, they're facing some challenges or some obstacles in their life, and they have these big dreams? Any advice for them?
Keep going. Keep going. No storm lasts forever, and there's a lesson in that storm. You know, we go through our challenges, but for me, just through my experience, even when it was painful or uncomfortable or you know, like, why am I going through? You know, just frustrating. Like, once you get through it, you look back and you're like, oh, I went through that so I could learn this, so I could learn that, so I could be better for the next moment, the next chapters. So even when it's hard, you just gotta just keep going and find those outlets. Poetry being one of them, exercise being one, meditation. Just find those outlets that will remind you of your greatness, remind you of your purpose, remind you that, like my grandfather would always say, you know, that everything's gonna be all right. You know, take it one day at a time. Keep on keeping on. That's what he would always say. So yeah, just take it one day at a time and know that you're gonna be all right, you know.
And that's such a good reminder, because all we have is this moment, and it's just, you know, being reminded of that, and it's gonna be okay, and just taking that next step, like to just keep going.
Absolutely. I mean, there's always joy in the morning.
I like it. Just bringing this joy all over the place.
You see what I did there?
I did. I was like, now, you know, not only are we going to do another poem, but I want a Good Morning Joy one too.
There it is.
Let me know really quickly about this Grammy. You like created an entire new category for that. Can you share with us real quick about that? Like,
like for me, it wasn't something that I even knew was possible. But I found myself in a position, being a part of the board for the Recording Academy, found myself in a position to just hopefully open up a door for poets and poetry worldwide. And I worked on it for 6 years, and I was able to get support from the Academy, support from the poetry community. Then I wrote a proposal asking the Academy to split the spoken word category, which at that time included poetry, audiobooks, narration, storytelling. But every year, audiobooks, they dominated the category. So after 6+ years, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of conversations, we got them to split it. So now audiobooks is in its own category. And we now have the best spoken word poetry album category, which for me, in my mind, puts more light on this amazing art form that brings a lot of healing and a lot of joy to people, even if they don't realize it or not. You know, poetry is such a big part of all of our lives, even though we tend to, you know, some people tend to forget or overlook it, but it's all poetry.
So good.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Thank
that,
you.
on doing that and getting your own Grammy for your category.
It's
amazing.
It's amazing. So
awesome. So before we go to a break where you are going to do a special performance for us, I'd love to know, what are some of the things that the average person doesn't know about you that bring you joy? So kind of like what secretly brings you joy?
Just I love sunsets and sunrises and bike rides and long walks and
Sounds like a dating site. I like long walks on the beach.
all that.
No.
You know, I'm a sports head, so you know I love a great game. I love competition. I love conversation. I don't know if that's some people. If you know me, you know people know. Like, yeah, he like to talk. Like, yeah.
What? I could never tell.
Yeah, you know. I like what this line say. Say I get paid to talk. Fool, like a model and get paid to walk.
Now I want to do like my imitation beatbox. You want to hear my beatbox?
Oh, let me hear the beatbox.
No, it's terrible. But I can't believe I'm doing this on TV.
Yeah.
That's all I know. That's all I know. I grew up like listening to all of it, the beatboxers, hip hop. So I was like,
shout out to Dougie Fresh.
yes,
That was dope.
thank you. We got to go to commercial for a word from our sponsors, who happens to be spoken word as well, by the way. And then when we come back, Jay is going to perform for us. I'm so excited. Stay right there. So we are back, and we've got a special treat right now. Jay Ivy is going to perform for us one of his amazing pieces.
So it says, miracles spring from a million nevers. When you're in the forest foraging for fate, don't forget that fear foils fantastic forevers. Our souls are tethered. Trash becomes treasures. Our dreams are vibrant when a hint of heather. Man, it's been the longest year ever. You caught up on your age, but lifespans can't truly be measured. Energy infinitely pulls us together, like attempting to rake 1,000 deserts. Unafraid, be aware, stay aware, those snakes are quite clever. Look how they slither. Stop complaining, ain't nobody trying to hear all that, make cry me a shiver. It's cold in these streets. Got the world's tiniest violin on repeat. They call it the news. North, east, west, south, everybody singing the same blues, out of tune, singing the same tune. Too many gone too soon. God bless you. The hurt is real. The stove is hot, can't you feel? The dramatics are traumatic, can't we heal? Can we build without tearing each other down? The struggle is found in our bubbles. Around dinner tables, we no longer huddle. Isolated, the trouble festers in our heads. You need a team for the fam to move ahead. Move ahead, do something that's gonna move me. You've been read, now write your movie. Groove with me, let's dance. We living in the age that got you scared to hold hands. The revolution would not be televised or actualized unless we take a bold stance. Throw caution to the wind, play catch with chance. We got a real chance to change the world. The world changed right before our eyes. Spike controls our lives. Our power lies in the love forgotten. Can't feast on food that's grown rotten. To the off-guard guardians, what ways are you adopting? What streams of consciousness are you stopping? He's snapping. Peep the photography. Poetry is my anomaly, obviously. It's easy to see that spiritually we living so frugal. Ring the alarm, sound the frugal. They love to use you, misuse you, per the usual. But you, me, we'll see. We are the descendants of survivors who dare to dance in the rain and say, look at me shine. I write with a pen in my hand so I can write my dreams and hopes that the future will remember these times. We use our dreams as a beautiful reflection of our hearts, our souls, our thoughts, our minds. And it's important that we do that so we can keep our dreams alive.
Thank you for helping us to keep our dreams alive with
Thank
that.
you.
Like, so inspiring. What is next for you, Mr.
Next.
J. Ivy? I don't know why I wanted to say your whole name, but I do. What's
Thank
next?
you.
What's coming up for you?
Next is more creativity, more music, more albums, film work. Working on a 25-city tour. And my last 3 projects, so my album Catching Dreams was nominated for a Grammy before the split happened with the category. And then The Poet Who Sat by the Door was nominated and won, and then The Light Inside was nominated and won. So we're doing a box set,
Oh, nice.
a special edition box set with, that it will include the 3 projects. So
You got
look
some
out for
stuff.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
got some vinyl coming. Maybe folks go out and get a record player to listen along, and just looking to create more opportunity for poetry and for poets worldwide.
Thank you so much for listening to that calling within, for Mrs. Argue, who encouraged you to keep going, because we have all been blessed because of what you are doing, what you have done, and what the people along the way have supported you to get you here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And now it's time to talk to some peeps on the street on this week's
This is my first time in New York City. This is the first time in New York, period.
Okay.
So we're on spring break. So we decided to come to New York.
Can you show everybody, can you show me your nails?
Sure.
I'm loving those nails. So what do you think about New York so far?
I love it so far. I love all the hustle and bustle, all the people. I love the people watch. Love all the color, the bright lights. I just love it.
And what do you think of New York so far?
Well, it's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
A lot more people than I expected.
Yeah.
It's nothing like back home, but it's a good experience, good new experience.
So what is something that brings you joy in your life?
Just being around family, friends, getting out, seeing new people, meeting new people. I'm a people person.
So what's something that brings you joy?
Football,
Football. Who's your team?
the New York Jets.
Okay, that's my partner. He's a Jets fan too.
I'm a Panthers fan.
Okay.
Carolina Panthers.
I'm a Dolphins fan. What is one of the favorite things that you guys have ever done together? What's one of your favorite memories as mother and son?
The cruise, I took him on his first cruise, but when you were about 10 years old, yeah.
Is that one of your favorite memories of your mom?
Yeah, we went to the Bahamas.
Thank you both so much for being part of Good Morning Joy, and continue to share those beautiful smiles. And
Thank
smile.
you.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you next time on Good Morning Joy, where every day starts with a smile. Don't forget to stay tuned for this week's Soul Hugs. Welcome to Kana Shanti Vanam, the global headquarters of Heartfulness. I am so excited to take you on an in-venture, a journey to the center. Come along as we explore all parts of Heartfulness in hopes to be able to connect you back home. Welcome to Soul Hugs. Meet Kamlesh D. Patel, affectionately known to many as Daaji. He is a multiple best-selling author and the global leader of Heartfulness, which is a meditation practice by over 1 million meditators worldwide.
And so I've always wondered, I said, so if we already come from there, from this pure light soul, why do we incarnate into physical form just to ultimately work to get back there? Why not just stay there?
It's not just that.
Okay, that's what I want.
See, if we departed from the original source of purity, let's call it a potency X.
Okay.
That we descended with certain X potency. Okay. Let me, before I share this hypothesis with you, as a mother or as a father, I would wish that my children become better than me. Won't you agree on that?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Why wouldn't God wish His creation can become better than Him? Okay. So when we are created with such X potency, and we move around in this world, interact, and create a dynamic change within us, and surpass that potency that was gifted to us. Instead of X, let us say we become 1000X at an individual level with that potency. You can surpass. You can become better and better, better than you came out from the source. So that is the promise of heartfulness. I think this is the first time in the history of spirituality we are declaring that our return can be better than when we came, when we descended.
I've never heard that.
And that is the only purpose of creation. Otherwise, what is the fun in creating the world and you return back as what you were
my
before?
question.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
So that's why I shared with you the example of a mother or a father. You prefer your children to surpass you in every way.
Yeah.